Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? We're back for a Saturday night, a little early than the last couple of shows. So I hope more people are able to tune in and be in the chat. I know I've been late for the last couple of days, but I've been fighting this hay fever slash cold for a couple of days. So trying to sleep in and get some rest, but starting to feel a little bit better. Peekaboo Cockatiel, how are you, my friend? You know, Peekaboo, by the way, a few months ago, Peekaboo and some other people, I think it was Laura T, sent some money in for some flowers for that murder victim. And I got a weird phone call last week from one of their family members thanking me for those flowers. And well, I told them, well, you should thank Peekaboo Cockatiel and the rest of the viewers too. So that was a really unexpected phone call. I had no idea, like it was months ago, and they were finally getting around to I guess thanking people who left tributes and flowers and things like that. It was very, very nice of them and very unexpected. So that was pretty cool. And because Peekaboo's here tonight, I wanted to tell her because she was part of it. Nana Lana, how are you? Good to see you. Angela, Sean, I Hate Mornings is here. Kathy made it. STL cards. Who else is here? My friend Blue Moon. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. Marilyn Landis. All right. I can't start the show without talking about this, at least for a couple of minutes. The tropical storm or hurricane or whatever you want to call it, it's got a lot worse since people have been able to get out there and look around and check out the damage because it hit during nighttime. So it's taken 24 hours or so to really get a scope of what happened. And unfortunately, I see a report here that says the death toll is now over 60 people. 64 people lost their lives in the hurricane across many different states. And then it says here that military members in North Carolina had to retire an American flag because during the hurricane, it had come off its flagpole, and they found it in mud and water. And unfortunately, they were seen retiring that particular flag. It says here military members were seen retiring an American flag found in mud and debris amid the devastation in historic Biltmore Village in Asheville, North Carolina. Out of respect, the military personnel picked up the flag and folded it amid the mud and rubble. So there you go. That flag ended up, very dirty and in the ground, and it's sort of the thing that the flag shouldn't touch the ground or get dirty. And so they've had to retire that flag in that particular area. But yeah, I thought I'd tell you that because we have immense respect for the military on this channel. And they're saying here, no, not this one. I think it's a different article. Hold on. They were giving a update. Is it this one? Yes. Hold on, guys. I might be in the wrong article. No, we're in the right one. It says here, and I'll play the videos in a second. Where is it? They did an update on the death toll, and it was saying, 64 people or... this one. We were in the wrong one. Here. It says here, the Hurricane Helene has killed at least 64 people now. That is a lot of people. And they're saying here, a lot of people have become homeless because their homes either flooded, were destroyed, or became like not habitable. So they have to either condemn them or they're not safe to live in right now. Let me play this video for you that I was watching before, if I can find it.
That building there is going to come apart. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Say a prayer, friends. This is Whidden heading down the Gulf. I was trying to make it to my mama's house, but it's neck deep here. I'm not able to get any further. Oh man. This is the museum. Oh no. It's chest deep here now. Oh no, the water's made it in the museum. I'm not gonna be able to go much further. It's about to be over my head. It's hard to take in. However bad we imagined it would be when we were fighting this thing in the darkness, it's so much worse in the daylight. Entire houses are missing or flattened in on themselves. The hardware store is gone. It's unbelievable. Godspeed, Cedar Key.
Those low-lying areas got absolutely hammered. I think he's in Florida near Perry, if I'm correct. I think so. Yeah, no, Cedar Key, Florida. So you can see those low-lying areas just, what did he say? Up to his chest in water. So he was walking around with it almost up to his own neck in storm surge. That is brutal. And they're saying here that it ended the calculations after it made landfall now, saying that it made landfall as a category 4 with winds of 140 miles per hour. And the governor of Georgia said in their particular area, it looked like a bomb had gone off. And even in the Carolinas copped it pretty bad too. A lot of landslides, flooding, and closures of highways and things like that. But a death of 2 people in Georgia from a tornado as well. Just after the hurricane crossed into Georgia, it produced a tornado and 2 people were killed, unfortunately. And then I think I told you last night, a firefighter was killed on the way to rescue someone else as a tree fell on his vehicle. So very, very horrible to hear. It's going to be a big cleanup effort, I think. It's going to be, it's going to take some time. Yeah, this is Western North Carolina here. Oh, hold on. Let me go to this one.
Tonight, an unfolding catastrophe in Asheville, North Carolina. Homes and buildings swept away by raging floodwaters that have submerged the town.
It's beyond anything I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Parts of the town not underwater, completely cut off.
Somebody on a Facebook post said something about having to fly out of Asheville because you can't drive out of Asheville.
That extreme.
Yeah.
With no power and no cell service, crowds formed outside this hotel, one of the only places in town with working Wi-Fi.
We've been just trying to get on as much as we can and either get an email or a text out and just let everybody know that we're okay.
We met up with Cindy Tran, her forever home, a self-described oasis, ravaged by the cresting French Broad River nearby.
The water came up so quick, halfway up to the second floor. We thought the way it just kept rising so fast, it was going to get to the second floor. So we had to get out.
A similar scene in the town of Chimney Rock, virtually wiped off the map by floodwaters.
Chimney Rock's gone. Flying Bridge is gone.
Meanwhile, the heavy rains triggering a massive mudslide that washed out this stretch of I-40, a major highway connecting western and eastern parts of the state. One bit of good news, 2 dams that were in danger of collapse, the Nolichucky and Lake Lure dams, now appear to be okay as water levels slowly recede. Helene's flooding rains bringing devastation to Tennessee as well. In Irwin, the scene of this dramatic rescue. Patients and staff rushing to the roof as floodwaters engulf the Unicoi County Hospital. Boats and helicopters converging to quickly get them to safety.
I was very concerned that we was going to lose the hospital.
In South Carolina, crews dug this tree off a car. Strong winds leaving more than 1 million people there without power. Back in Asheville, residents resorting to kayaks to get around flooded streets as they figure out how to move forward.
Are you okay?
I will be. I'm every now and then. I was fine yesterday, believe it or not, but now like today things have been settling in and I just can't stop crying.
Although the water has started to recede, the damage is already done. And with more potential rain in the forecast, people here just don't know how much more they can take. Jose?
I mean, you see the devastation even that far north, and like that lady said, the water was almost to her second level of her home, and her home is already elevated. She was up on a hill, and it was still almost up to the second level of her home. And it's going to be a long recovery, unfortunately, for huge parts of the southeast of America. Unfortunately, it's going to be quite a recovery effort. Four Sons Mom says, "Is Trish and I no show tonight from Trish? That's why I am on at 10:30." The reason I'm doing this and showing you, one, I obviously follow the weather. We know that, but two, I can't do a show on other true crime while this is going on in the country and not at least comment on it and show what's going on. I feel it's not the right thing to do when there's such a big disruption and hurt to a lot of people. I mean, I don't think that would be right to just sit here and talk about true crime without showing what's going on. It'd be very ignorant not to do that. All right. I wish I had more information. Actually, I want to show one thing. Hold on. While there wasn't a ton of tornadic activity in this particular cyclone or hurricane, I will show you this if I can grab it. There was up north. The further it sort of got, here, check this out. The tornadoes were mostly up here yesterday, and then the day before, can we go back one more? There we go. Then these were the ones from just after it went through Florida. You can see this was the two here. Looks like they were in the same line of storms right there. They're right next to each other. And I think it was this first one here is the one that killed the two people in their home. And then you had a bunch surrounded here, a couple here on the coastal region and one further inland that looks like it could have been a continuation of these two in Georgia. So then you had a couple come in, probably water spouts that came in off the coast. But yeah, so you got 9 here reports and then 13 on that day. Anything on this other day? No. So you had about around 20 tornadoes, maybe into the mid 20s over the duration of the hurricane. RX Girl says we have lots of missing people, a lot of missing people. There is I think there was a community post showing like families who are missing people. I'll show that to you in a second. I saw a post. Where is it? Here. This is the Tennessee one, but I know other states have it too. They've got a phone number that you can ring. Where is it? Yeah. So in Tennessee, they want you to contact the TBI number, which is 1-800-824-3463 to report any missing individuals believed to be in affected areas across East Tennessee. So I know that they're doing that. I'm sure Carolina and Florida are too. With already 64 people being found dead, I don't think that number is going to stop. I think as people can get out there, they're going to find more. What's really sad is the county or town in North Carolina that was hit, Asheville. We had a missing person from there not long ago, and I wonder if the flood will now make it even harder to find that individual. Did you guys remember that? About 2 months ago, there was a missing woman, I think, in Asheville. Let me see if I can find it. There was one a while ago. Oh, maybe she was located. That is good news. Okay. Missing woman last seen 6 months ago, located according to Asheville police. Her name was Carolyn Kane, and she was last seen on Woodfin Street in February 2024, and she was reported missing in June. But apparently, officers reported on September 4 that she had been located. That just before the hurricane. That is very lucky. Newport, Tennessee. Hey, Typo Queen, how are you? Good to see you. That is good, lucky, because you don't want to be trying to find a missing person after a giant hurricane has come through. It'll make your job even harder. Mother Nature at her worst, apparently. All right. That is my little bit on the hurricane. There is a small update on Austin King. Now, the update's not great, but I'm going to show it to you. So, family says search for missing Yellowstone hiker has shifted from a rescue mission to a recovery mission. And we know what that means. They don't believe he is alive anymore. And they have a strong belief that he is deceased and they're looking for a body. That is not the news I don't think we were hoping for. But almost 2 weeks missing on that mountain. You have to ask, what is the survival max time frame that you could be missing on this particular mountain and be alive with no supplies, no shelter, no anything, because they already found his camping site further down the mountain. So, I worry that combined with some of the information that the Yellowstone Park has provided, that they believe he fell. Because, yeah, that map that I showed you the other day, I'll show it to you, it's down here. This particular map, it really does show them searching further in these valleys rather than at the top. You can see they're all in these low-lying areas, not really up the top where he was. Although they have had hikers go up onto... So the red pattern is humans going up there and searching via foot. And the blue one is aerial, so helicopter or drone. And you can see the aerial one is maintaining in the low-lying areas. And it tells me, so even when they swoop around, it's all down the bottom. Even down here, it's down the bottom of the valley or the bottom of the cliff. Like that's where the majority of the places they're searching. And that, now they're saying it's a recovery mission, yes, it's a recovery mission, not a rescue mission. It's not the news any of us were hoping for Austin King. I think we were hoping there was some miracle and they were going to find him huddled up in a cabin and maybe injured or something. But it sounds now that the family has been told it is a recovery mission. So according to his family, they have said it has switched from the rescue to recovery about 10 days removed from the last time he talked to anyone And they said, but the park was unwilling to confirm that on Friday. Hey, if the family is telling people that is the case, I would believe them. They're saying here, according to the Yellowstone National Park's Public Affairs Office, they said we are still actively searching for Austin King. The park did not comment on the family's claim that the operation had shifted into recovery mode, a category that generally refers to seeking someone presumed to be dead. And the Public Affairs Office pointed to its Friday press release on the search for Austin. However, King's father, Brian, shared a statement to social media on Thursday calling the operation a recovery. He says, with a heavy heart, we're sharing that over the past few days, the search team has transitioned to a recovery operation. The search for Austin will continue. Then they're focusing on digital data that the search and rescue team received through collaboration with another agency. That is cell phone data. So when he rang his family and other people, telling them that he had made it to the peak and he had done it successfully, they are now looking at that data to see if it can tell them where he went after he got off the top of the mountain. They're trying to figure it out and see where he went after getting to the peak of the mountain. So yeah, I was hoping we're going to get a good ending to this one, but it doesn't sound good. Wooz is still around, but I think she watches just privately. She's not in the chat anymore. I hear from her every now and then. She emails me every so often. Four Sons Mum says my son lives in Lexington, Kentucky. Trees down everywhere. Power has been out for around a day and expected to be out until Tuesday. They were not in any of the hard hit areas. Yeah, they said over 2 million people were without power at the peak of the storm. 2 million people. That is a lot of people. So I think I've shown it before, but I can show you again. Hold on a second. Let me grab the map. Yeah, let's go back to the search location. Okay, so Eagle Peak is here where the red indicator is. Where they found his camping stuff was here at Howe Creek camping site right down here. This is where they found his I think they found his tent and some of his clothing and supplies, that type of thing. So quite a bit of a distance. You have to go up here. You have to go through here. It's quite a bit of a hike, and then you end up at the pass up here. And the pass leads to your final ascent up the mountain to the peak. So this is where a lot of people take a lot of photos and make videos, that type of thing, because this is the last sort of flat ground you'll have until you start going up, and the elevation goes straight up from here. You go really, really, really steep. We showed it in a video yesterday. Let me see if I can find that video so I can show you what the pass looks like. Mountain. Not there. Let me grab this video from yesterday because they stand at the that location, and I can show it to you. All right, where is it? Here. So this YouTube channel is a guy called Jackson Graham, and a climb he did of the area in better conditions. All right, let me go to where the pass is. This is the pass right here. I'm pretty sure. Right here. because I've seen other photos of people standing in the same location. Up the top there, that's the peak. So he was here. His camping site is further back by like another couple of miles back down the mountain or back down the trail. This is the last bit. This is your final ascent up the mountain. And you can see it's quite a climb to the top. But this is the Eagle Pass area right here. There's the peak, and his stuff was found about about 2 miles down the trail in the opposite direction to this point is where they found his hiking stuff, his camping stuff, and things like that. Yeah, it's pretty dangerous. Its elevation is like 3,000. Hold on, let me find it again. It's the highest peak in the park. It is 11,372 feet in elevation. And if you're in meters, it's 3,466 meters high. So pretty tall. Pretty tall. I can show you a little bit later in this video where they go all the way up. You can see it's pretty hard climbing. There you go. You can see just how high up you are at the top. Let me see. There you go. There's another view. That's how high you are up. Pretty dangerous type of stuff. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, no, they only found his camping items. They didn't find him. They're still looking for him. Hey, I knew you were in the background somewhere. How are you? Good to see you. That would be my from everything I've seen, that would be my guess, is that he went to the top, rang family, tried to get back down, and maybe had an accident. Hey, LMS. You just got some cell service, no power in my town. Your town got washed out? Oh man. So does that mean you can't get in and out right now? There's no road because it's all been underwater. You have to let me know, LMS. Let me know. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, so I think so. That would be my, from everything I've seen, I would have to guess. Because if he didn't make it back here, I'll show you. If he didn't make it back here, then he's somewhere between when he got to the top and on his way back. I mean, if he came here, he would have packed up his campsite and then gone back, because he was supposed to go back down here, all the way back down, through here, through this place here, and back up here to his pickup point. This is the pickup point where he was supposed to be picked up. When he didn't arrive, they put up the emergency alert that he was overdue for his return. Yes, there was snow, sleet, hail, other crap weather. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I have to fix something. STL says, I'm 62. It seems like yesterday that I graduated. Could be. Hey, Scooter. How are you? Marilyn Landis' birthday? Marilyn Landis is 71. I think she means 17. I think she got her numbers confused, and she's sweet 17 today. I would never believe 71. You're cat wrangling? What does that mean? Did you lose a pet in the bushland, or what is going on? The rocks would have been very slippery, especially if they had sleet and rain and hail and fog, all the bad type of weather for climbing. Seems like the weather at the time was very awful. Doesn't seem like it was conductive to climbing. Hold on a sec. Let me find the original article for him. Had more information about the weather. Let's see if we can find. Let's go to their local news. I'll play the little video.
In continuing coverage, the search for 22-year-old Austin King enters its 7th day. King went missing during a planned 7-day trip to summit Eagle Peak. He missed his boat pickup on September 20th near Yellowstone Lake's southeast arm. Yellowstone officials say 96 personnel, 2 helicopters, a search dog team, ground teams with spotting scopes, and a drone have looked for King in this high elevation, dangerous area. Yellowstone continues to partner with Grand Teton National Park, Park County, Wyoming, and Teton County, Wyoming to look for King. We will continue to track this story and update you with any new information right here on the Nonstop Local.
So there's a little bit of an update. And then they say down here, he had planned to summit the mountain. They believe he got there because he rang family saying he made it. And then where's the thing about the weather? He was supposed to be up there for about 7 days. And then, damn, I was trying to find the bit where I was talking about the snow and the sleet in the area. Hey, let's play this. Wow, that's pretty cool. I keep trying to cough. Guys, hold on a sec. I keep going to cough and then I keep trying to stop it. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm still dealing with this hay fever / cold, and I don't want you guys to hear it. So every time I feel like I have to cough, I keep trying to hold it back, and I keep sounding bizarre. LMS says we've had helicopter rescues. It's been bad. Oh my god. Helicopter rescues. That does not sound good. Where is your other thing here? Roads washed out and closed power lines everywhere. Terrible, my friend. I don't want to hear that about you. Yeah, on the call to his family, he was discussing like how bad the weather was up there. Yeah, the hay fever's bad, Woos. I've got it. What did I buy? Where is this stuff? I bought this stuff here, whatever this Flonase stuff. It helps, but it's not helping with the coughing as much. I need probably some. Actually, we have some cough syrup. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get some cough syrup. I reckon it'll help. 1 minute. All right, sorry about that. I think that helped. I don't want you guys to have to hear that. Hey Laura, how are you? Yeah, the pollen's been really bad. We got more rain here today, more crazy wind, and I never get hay fever. I haven't had a hay fever since I was a child, and this spring it's been really bad. I mean, I've had it for about a week or two, but yeah. Yeah, only 31 likes. I mean, how dare you? No, I'm just kidding. Can we get to 100 likes? That's the goal. We've never hit 100 likes on the channel on a video. We've been seeing if we can get there. So if you can contribute, I would appreciate it. All right. Let's talk about Austin. Let me look for the old story from where he called his parents. Yeah. Can always count on the Daily Mail to report old news. Here, the mother of missing hiker Austin King has spoken about the final call from her ecstatic son as he sat at the freezing summit of a Yellowstone mountain. He was due to return home within days after spending the summer working in the park, but friends said he'd been talking about the mountain for weeks. Do you think that maybe he got overexcited about making it up the mountain and having that achievement that he went up when he knew the window of opportunity was very small and very dangerous because of the weather coming in? I wonder. They're saying here his mother has joined his father Brian in a hotel at the foot of the mountain as an army of rescuers scoured the area for sign of life of the young man. They said they are experiencing on the mountain snow up to 6 feet tall in some places on the ground. And there's a photo of him, by the way. And then she said that on the phone call, that he said that he had fog, rain, hail, sleet, and snow. And that is like the multiple trifecta of bad weather. Here, he also mentioned to his mom fog, rain, sleet, hail, and windy conditions. That doesn't sound like ideal hiking conditions up a mountain. That sounds like something out of Cliffhanger in the 80s in the movie. They're saying here it took another 3 days from after his last phone call to his family to raise the alarm. So he could have been missing already for 72 hours. Possibly that he fell on his way back down. And because they didn't know anything was wrong until he missed his rendezvous with the boat, he could have already been missing, for quite a long time. 3 days is a eternity if you've fallen and are hurt. That is not a small amount of time when you're in a bad situation. That is a very long bit of time. They're saying the helicopter come and go every 15 minutes, and so they said they've had multiple helicopters go up and look for him around the mountain. Yeah, let's look at this.
The search continues for Austin King in Yellowstone National Park around Eagle Peak in the remote southeast corner. 85 personnel, 2 helicopters, a search dog team, and an aircraft are looking over the area. Officials will continue the search over the next few days and ask the public for a hand in locating him. King is 6 feet tall, weighs 160 pounds, has dark hair, brown hair, and hazel eyes. He's believed to be wearing glasses, a black sweatshirt, and gray pants.
I wish they'd show us some of the search and rescue, like some of the helicopter stuff, but they don't. I would like to see it. All right. See if there's anything on the local paper. Let's go to KTVQ. See if they have anything new for him. No, nothing new. It's very interesting how in one part of Wyoming you can have wildfires going on right now. And then in another part, you have a missing hiker who was reporting like snow, hail, sleet, and very high winds. And in another one, you got a bushfire going on. I don't see anything here on their local paper, no update from them. Although they do have this. This is not related, but it is interesting. FBI investigating human remains found on a Crow reservation. They're saying the FBI is investigating human remains found on the reservation on Thursday. FBI released few details in a news release stating the agency's evidence response team is working to recover them and process the location. The FBI did not identify where the remains were found. The FBI is jointly working the case with the Billings Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Indian Affairs. The agency said it is not releasing more information at this time. That is odd. How did they know they were there? Did someone call it in? That is odd. If I hear any more on that, I'll tell you, but that popped up while I was looking for Austin. That's true, Danny. You'll never stop worrying. Even when they become 40, you'll still worry. All right, let's see if I have anything else on Austin. I really don't think I do. News has been very, sporadic. You'll get an update every couple of days, maybe every 3 days. They don't provide like round the clock coverage, unfortunately. Here, WXOW did an update too today. They're saying the search of a remote area of Yellowstone National Park has ended its first week with no reported signs of missing Austin King. Park officials provided an update on the efforts to find him late Friday, and they said they are following up on cell service activity. So I think they're waiting on that information now to determine what they're going to do next. Because yeah, that's what they keep talking about, cell data. They say they're working with cellular forensic experts to develop more information from the cellular data. They up to now have had almost 100 people involved in the search for Austin, 2 helicopters, a search dog team, ground teams with binoculars, and a drone have all looked for Austin and have not been able to find him so far. But apparently they're going to continue for at least another week and look for him. So that's it. Hey, Typo, I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you to subscribe to my channel. That is very, very kind. Hope you enjoy your time here. I do. All right, let's move on from this. I don't have much more about him, unfortunately. I wish I did. It would be a good update. Maybe some good news, but unfortunately, no. After more than a week missing, he's still missing. Okay. All right. Let's move on to other crime. Let's see if I've got an update for this particular story. All right, let's go to California. And this weird story.
Breaking news from your news channel.
Welcome into our TV Hill studios. I'm Joey Virgils.
And I'm Krista Kirkjian. Thanks for joining us. The Santa Maria courthouse was evacuated this morning following an explosion. The public has been told to avoid the area.
And an apartment complex on Henry Avenue has also been evacuated as part of this ongoing investigation. Right now, we have live team coverage from both locations. We begin with News Channel reporter Christina Rodriguez. Christina is near Santa Maria courthouse. Christina, what can you tell us?
Hey there, Joey and Krista. That's right. I'm right outside of the Santa Maria Superior Courthouse, where earlier this morning, the police did receive a call of 2 people that were injured. The suspect is in custody, as we know right now, and Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Department is investigating the possible bomb explosion inside of the courthouse. They're also working along with Santa Maria Police Department. A witness did tell me that the suspect may have thrown in a backpack into the courthouse. The suspect may have thrown in a backpack into the courthouse that caused the explosion, hurting 2 people inside. And
So he threw a incendiary device into the courthouse, causing the injuries to at least 2 people. And I'm going to show you a different link for it here. Like, who would do this? They say feds charge 20-year-old suspect in California courthouse attack that left 5 injured. They said the man who allegedly threw an explosive device inside a California courthouse where he was set to be arraigned, which he left 5 people injured, has been federally charged with the crime. Santa Barbara resident Nathaniel James McGuire, 20, was charged with maliciously damaging a building by means of explosive. I've never heard of that charge, but okay. And they're saying these are some of the items recovered from him. You can see the box up here. These look like Molotov cocktails, right? You can see the fabric at the top, and this is probably filled with like gasoline or some other type of flammable liquid. And it looks like he also had a flare gun, some fireworks, and at least two types of weapons here. Looks like a pump action shotgun and like a 304 or something. I'm not sure what this one is, but what the hell? It looks like he had more than how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably like he had a 12-pack. A 12-pack of Molotov cocktails for some reason. How would you think by throwing a explosive into the courthouse would it stop your arraignment? How does that work? What kind of thought process are you going through to think that if you throw that into a courthouse, you're somehow going to get away with it? Some people are broken in the head. Let's watch this video for more.
Scene at a California courthouse, a man lunging through the doors, setting off an explosion. This played out in Santa Maria, California. Authorities say the suspect throwing a bag with a homemade bomb right into the courthouse. Multiple people injured, some sent to the hospital. Melissa Adon tonight from California.
Tonight, this video capturing the chaotic moments outside a California courthouse today as police arrested a man suspected of detonating an explosive device inside. The blast rocking the entrance to this courthouse in Santa Maria just after 9 a.m. Fire trucks racing to the scene.
This was a small fire. There's no spread into the structure.
A single individual entered the facility and threw a bag at the screening station.
The blast sending 6 people to the hospital. Shane Mellon was in one of the courtrooms.
I heard an extremely loud bang, and the bailiff inside of the courtroom went and tried to see what was going on.
That bailiff sending the judge into his chambers and evacuating others from the building.
The male suspect has been identified as 20-year-old Nathaniel McGuire of Santa Maria. He was detained outside the courthouse as he tried to enter his red car.
Police saying McGuire was scheduled to be arraigned this morning on firearms charges today in the same courthouse.
David, many people may recognize that courthouse as the one where Michael Jackson stood trial years ago. Meantime, police closing off that area and searching for any other possible explosives.
So he was already facing weapons charges, and he's like, you know what'll fix that? I'm going to go get a Molotov cocktail, some more firearms, some fireworks, and whatever else. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to throw it into the building, and then I'm going to be arrested. Yes, that seems like the correct move here. Let me be arrested and have my charges taken federal. I mean, you wonder how people even live in the world. You're like, how do you have such few brain cells to operate in modern society? I don't I don't understand. They're just like, yes, that sounds like a great idea. Marlene says, "Be careful. ABC is owned by Disney. They went after Trish last week with a copyright strike." Yes, they did. Um, from what I remember, I think it's okay to use ABC News, but you can't use things like 2020. I think. But thank you for the warning. The Turpin interview was heavily defended. You could play like 10 seconds of it, and they would get you for it. They really didn't want other people using their Turpin content. They were really protective of it. Some other things they're not. Some things they are. It just depends. But the the mouse is a corporate ninja. He'll get you. He really will. But I don't understand. Like, where does the thought process come in, or is there no thought process at all for people like this? Just sure, let's go to a courthouse. I'm due in court. I don't get it. Here's another look at him. Here's his face. Looks like he got beat up a little bit while being dragged out of the courthouse. And he was arrested in July of this year on a firearm violation that probably would have been a very simple case at the court. He was on an arraignment on a felony count of carrying a loaded handgun that wasn't registered to him. So, pretty simple charge. And instead of just facing what he'd done wrong, he was like, let me bring more things to the courthouse and try and hurt other people and blow up the courthouse. Where do these... I don't understand. According to the undersheriff for Santa Barbara, in my 31 years, this is the first time we've ever encountered somebody who threw an explosive at the courthouse. Well, it probably will never happen again either. And yeah, he's been charged with more charges now. And now they're federal charges, they're not local. And the FBI is investigating. So he's just opened up a whole other world of trouble. And, well, there you go. Hey, retired RN, how are you? A lot of husbands in rehab facilities. We've got a few people in the chat with broken husbands at the moment. I hope he'll do okay, retired RN. I hope he will. All right, let's move on. I wanted to bring you that because that was weird. Why would you do that? I do have some good news. Do you want some good news? Do you remember we spoke about a pregnant woman who was missing in Texas? Well, she's been found and she is okay, and the baby is okay. Let me grab that for you. They put out an alert the other day and it didn't sound very good, but no, she is okay. And let me grab this. She was found safe in Houston. Her name is Lakaya Bell. Yeah, let's go to KSAT. So we did this one last night. Missing pregnant Bexar County woman has been found according to the BCSO. They're saying she did not show up for work, and that's what triggered the alarm. She's 34 years old and was pregnant, 4 months pregnant. But luckily, they have located her. I'm just trying to see if there's any information on how they located her. Okay, they don't say. They just say she was reported missing earlier this week, but she has been located, and she was found safe in Harris County. So that's good news. That's it. That's all we have. No other update about how she was found, why she was found, just that she is okay and safe. So there you go. A happy ending for once. Oh yeah, that was a different one though, Sean. That was a very different type of case. Yes, good news for once. I'm going to bring this up again, and I'm going to show you something. One second. Do you remember in early August or mid-August, I brought you this story? This one. This particular home found a light, and when they put out the fire, they found the bodies of 3 people, a mother, her son, and his girlfriend. Till today, we're in over a month later, there has been no update since that day. Since this video was put out, this is all we know. I'm going to play it again. Actually, I'm going to grab a different one from a different... You've got me scared of ABC now. Let me grab a different one for this. Yep, Cyprus. Let me grab a different video for it from... Yeah, let's go to Click to Houston. There has been 0 updates in a month. Very odd.
This morning, investigators are working to determine how a mother, her son, and his girlfriend were killed before they were discovered dead inside their burned home in Cyprus. Investigators say they were already dead when it went up in flames. Our Kathy Hernandez is live outside the home with what's next in the investigation. Kathy.
Good morning to you, Zach. Just a horrific story. 3 people were killed here inside this home, a mother, her son, and his girlfriend. They believe they were all dead before the house went up in flames. This morning, Sheriff Ed Gonzalez released the names of the victims: Kelly Mascarilli, her son, Colin Foster, and his girlfriend, Cameron Richard. The medical examiner is set to do an autopsy now on all of them to determine how they died. While the house is badly damaged from that fire, it's not destroyed, and that's why investigators think there is enough evidence here to figure out what happened and who is responsible. Investigators say the bodies of a mother, her son, and his girlfriend were found inside this home on Plains River Drive about 7 o'clock yesterday morning. Detectives believe one person was found on the first floor and the other 2 were found upstairs. All 3 had trauma to their bodies. Investigators say an accelerant was used to set the home on fire. They believe the suspect ran out the back of the home after setting it on fire.
So you hear that? They say they know where the suspect went, jumped over that back fence, and then went through this little park. It's called Pirate Ship Park. They believe they have enough evidence to know what happened. They believe they may even have video of during the event, but still a month later and nothing. No charges, no suspect, no public appeal for information. Nothing. There's been no update. The last update was a couple of days after this happened. This happened the 18th of August. The last update I can find is the 20th of August. So over a month ago now. And there's no one's been arrested. No one's been charged. There's no public appeal. There's no CCTV. Nothing. Have you ever heard of a triple homicide that has just gone like quiet like this as soon as it happened? You guys, I mentioned it last time we talked about it, but you think of the Idaho College murders, right? They died within 3 weeks. They were able to figure out who killed them, and they arrested Koberger, right? within a week when there was no action, people were like, we're gonna have to start like protests, and we have to yell at the sheriff and the police. We have to really, we have to fight for these college students. 3 people died in this particular killing in Texas. No one's saying anything. There's no angry people. There's no protests. There's no one's worried. It's very, very odd. I've never seen a triple homicide just go so quiet. It is very, very odd. Let me play the rest of the video.
They also tell us they towed a red Corvette here from the driveway for evidence. They say the son had recently bought the car, but he wasn't the last one inside of it. They do say that the previous owner has been cleared, but they towed that red Corvette away, possibly for evidence. Detectives now are hoping that surveillance video can also help in this investigation. Since we've been out here, one of the neighbors actually told us that they definitely had a Ring camera on the door, and you can see that it is taken off. Now, do we know if the investigators did that after the crime, or was it the suspect who did that before he left? We don't know. Right now, we can see that the Ring camera is missing. We also noticed other cameras around the house. So detectives will be trying to collect that surveillance video to provide some answers as to what happened and who did it all. Zach, back.
Yeah, it is very, very strange. STL card says allegedly, even though I believe BK is guilty. Okay. Yeah, with the hurricane. Yeah. I'm not sure what the reason is, but I've spoken to a couple of people who were friends with the people involved in who died, and they don't understand either. They haven't heard anything, they don't know anything, and they're at a loss as well, wondering where the investigation is going to go next. Like you heard us say, they believe there's Ring doorbell. They believe that they might be other cameras from other homes that captured what happened, and they had their own cameras at the property too. And they already know that the son wasn't the last person to move the Corvette. So they know quite a bit, but no one's been arrested. Marlene says many years back there was a mother, daughter, and the daughter's friend that went missing, and they were never found or anyone knows what happened to them. Also, 4 teens killed. The yogurt shop murders. Yeah, the yogurt shop murders are very odd. It's one of the cases I often read about because it's like it breaks my brain because there is no answer. And they're the type of cases I really like because, I don't know, it just really intrigues me that no one seems to know what happened. Yeah, so if you don't know about the Austin yogurt shop murders, right? A case dating back to 1991. 4 teenage girls were found dead in a yogurt shop that had been set alight. And then, if I remember the details correctly, a couple of the girls, unfortunately, had been R-worded, and that the DNA in both of them was the same. So both of them had the same DNA inside of them, which tells you, I don't think they were having an orgy out the back. I think it was a crime. They're saying here, the Austin Police Department has DNA from an unknown male as a result of the R words. I can't use that word, but you know what I'm saying. They say a Y chromosome match for the perpetrator DNA has been found in a research database of the FBI, but it has declined to reveal the identity of the man by the law of an anonymity for donors, and because thousands of men could bear this fragment of DNA, which is unable to identify individuals. Interesting. But yeah, they definitely found DNA in a couple of the girls that matched the same person, a male. So I wonder if I can find a little. Yeah, this is from a couple of years ago.
It's been 31 excruciating years of questions for 3 Austin families.
Tonight marks 31 years since what has become known as the Yogurt Shop murders happened here in Austin. 4 teenage girls killed inside a North Austin, I can't believe it's Yogurt Shop, before the building was set on fire.
To this day, the community still doesn't know who's responsible. Tonight, senior investigative reporter Tony Plahetsky shows us what's been done in an attempt to solve this cold case.
Brian and Quita, after 3 decades, thousands of leads and convictions that fell apart, we still don't know who's responsible for the Yogurt Shop murders. But a new federal law implemented this year could bring this case to the forefront once again.
They found the bodies back there.
4 young girls, 17-year-old Eliza Thomas, 17-year-old Jennifer Harbison, 15-year-old Sarah Harbison, and 13-year-old Amy Ayers, all found shot to death in the yogurt shop after it had been burned. Investigators were stunned.
This is 4 girls here that are now dead. For what reason? I mean, surely they couldn't have that much money in there. Price of life seems to be getting cheaper and cheaper these days.
Police launched a years-long investigation to find the killer or killers, tracking down thousands of leads with no luck. In 1999, 4 men were charged, but eventually all of their cases fell apart. This year, new federal legislation aims to solve this cold case and others like it. In August, President Biden signed the bipartisan Homicide Victims Family Rights Act into law. One of the bill's authors is Austin Congressman Michael McCall.
I haven't given hope up on the yogurt shop case.
He says the bill is a new tool that could help families get answers.
And so now we put into federal law a right of the victims to petition a reopening of their case within 3 years of the case going cold.
It takes an emotional toll, physical toll, mental toll.
KVUE spoke with the family of Amy Ayers 3 decades after her murder. They say they're not giving up hope that the case will finally one day be solved.
And that is the hope, is to help the girls and the families get some resolution at the end of the day.
It's 30 years of not giving up, 30 years of trying. It takes 30 more years, it'll be 30 more years. We're not giving up. There will be a resolution to this, one way or another.
Austin police are still looking for leads in this case, so if you know anything, be sure to contact investigators.
From what I remember, the original guys that were arrested for it, their trial was just all over the shop and ended up with them being, they're not in jail, they got released over it. Vicky, I didn't notice this before, I'm so sorry. Vicky put up a super sticker. Thank you very much, my sweet friend. I really appreciate it. And I'm sorry I missed it, I didn't mean to. I think I was reading something and then the chat went very fast and I only caught it when I was scrolling back during that video. But thank you very much. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you here tonight. Peekaboo says, my phone, what? Must have just been my phone. It was getting hot. Oh, your phone crashed? Sorry to hear that. It may have been YouTube. Sometimes YouTube uses a lot of resources like CPU and data. So it can make your phone quite hot. Yeah, very odd story. No resolution to it. And it was pretty horrific. There's a couple of good documentaries on it. I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. But there's some weird stuff like the front door was supposed to be locked. The girls were found out the back. Then they found the DNA of the male perpetrator inside of them, and I think they said that it's been a while since I watched it, that they said that there was a male that people saw just before closing time, and they believe that guy could be the perpetrator to what happened. But they still haven't got a ID of who that person is. Yeah, so two guys, Springsteen and Scott, were convicted by juries in June 2001 and September 2002. Their convictions were then overturned by an appellate court, and their statements to law enforcement were found to be voluntarily given. So were they really the ones responsible? I don't know. But they really messed up the trial, and they ended up getting away with it. And they said, since the original trial of these two men, new developments in DNA technology have become available. They said as they prepared for a retrial in March 2008, they had submitted various evidentiary items for what they called YSTR testing. This test looks for male DNA only and is deemed to be the most accurate test for samples that are mixtures of female and male DNA. They said they sought the testing because they have an ongoing duty and responsibility to use the most up-to-date science available. And they said it's clear to them that the evidence in the deaths of these 4 young women includes DNA from one male whose identity is not known to them. The defense asserts that the testing reveals more than one unknown male, but the evidence presented at the hearing on Thursday, June 18th, contradicts that notion. They said the reliable scientific evidence in the case presents one and only one unknown male donor, given that they could not in good conscience allow the case to go to trial before the identity of this male donor is determined and the full truth is known. I mean, you can't hang someone out to dry for murder unless you can match up the DNA, I guess. It's not fair to the victims. It's not fair to the person being prosecuted either. Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, why kill all of them? It's very strange. Maybe he committed a crime with all of them? I don't know. It is a sad one, and it's in a few years it'll come up to its 30th anniversary. It's still a few years away, but if nothing happens in the next, 5-6 years, it'll be a 30th anniversary. 3 decades. STL Card says, I wish Dog would leave CP and KP alone. I don't really care. As long as what I care is that they find Sebastian. I don't care about anything else. Don't care about the people. I don't care about the stepfather. I don't care about the father. I don't care about the mother. I don't care about the stepfather's ex-wife or whatever and her child. Don't care. I only care about how to find Sebastian. And I don't know. If Dog wants to do that, then let him do that. If he wants to put up his own money for it or whatever, go for it. Go for it. I don't know what help it'll do, but maybe someone will call in for $100,000. Who knows? You guys talking about Summer Wells? I don't know if I think that's going to be an odd one. I'm in two minds about her. That it's going to be like one of those weird cases where all of a sudden we're going to get a big announcement and an arrest and charging of someone, and it's going to turn up like when we least expect it. Like just like 4 weeks from now, they'll have a press conference and they'll tell us that they know what happened. And to me, that's I keep thinking that's probably the way it's going to go. Like I think they're just going to all of a sudden come out of the silence that they've had so far and just know what happened, know where she is, and know who to charge over her death. Because she's not alive. So Summer Wells is not alive. I think if she was alive, we would have known by now. I think there would be evidence that she's still on this earth, but I think she died not too long after she was last seen. Okay, let's get some more breaking news instead of old cases. Let's see. I think I had a missing person for you. No, we did that one. Okay. So hopefully we can. This will load for me. Come on, website. Okay. Says here a West Virginia man tased and charged with first-degree murder after a woman found dead with gunshot wound. There's a photo of him. His name is Jordan Lee Pager. And they say upon arrival, officers witnessed a 32-year-old walking from the home, yelling at ambulance personnel while holding a handgun. Officials say the officer ordered Pager to put the weapon down, but he did not follow instructions and was subdued by a taser. While searching the inside of the residence, officers discovered the body of Taylor M. Albert, and they were 30, with a gunshot wound. Officials say no one else was in the residence. He has now been charged with first-degree murder and is currently housed in the Northern Regional Jail. Officials say the investigation is still ongoing and additional charges may be filed. And there's a photo of Jordan Lee Pager. Let me see if I can find anything else on him and how that person ended up with a gunshot wound to their head. Yeah, let me see. WTOV has it too. They say man jailed in Weirton, homicide. They say Jordan Lee Prager. I think this one it doesn't have an R, does it? Yeah, this one says Jordan Lee Pager with no R. And in this other article, they say Jordan Lee Prager, 32. Let me see if... It's interesting that one news site has it as one spelling and another one has it as a different one. They're saying, according to the police department, Taylor M. Albert was found dead with a gunshot wound inside a residence at 3025 Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street, maybe? Police were called to the home about 4:50 a.m. in reference to a medical call. When an officer arrived, Prager or Pager was seen walking from the residence yelling at ambulance personnel while holding the handgun. And then when they went inside, they found Taylor M. Albert. Let's see if we can find anything about Taylor M. Albert. No, I don't see anything about the victim. And whether that person is a male or female. Taylor M. Albert. Do you think that is a male name or a female name? It doesn't say. It doesn't say if they found a man dead or a female dead. But there you go. Mr. Nightmare on Elm Street has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He looks very Manson-like, right? If this was a very cheap TV movie, and you said, well, we've hired this guy to play Charles Manson, you'd be like, yes, I see it. I see it. He is a very dollar store version of Charles Manson. A female. Okay. So, retired RN says Sebastian's case is an even bigger crap show than Summers. Well, sorta. No, I don't believe they know right now. I'm just saying I don't think we're going to get any advance notice. I think when the day finally comes that we find out what happens this summer, it's just going to be a press conference out of the blue, and we're just going to get a thing saying this is what happened. This person has been charged, and we're ready to go to trial. That's it. We're not going to have any breadcrumbs or anything for, leading up to it. It's just going to come out of the blue. Like, we're just going to get an announcement. He should be charged with impersonating Jesus. Yeah, maybe. But he does sort of look like Charles Manson. could play Jesus. He could play Jesus. Yeah. But if you told me he was in a very cheap version of a documentary on the Manson killings, I would believe you. He sort of has the crazy eyes too, if you look at him. You know how people say, oh, that guy, he had those black eyes and, it was very scary. He sort of has that, doesn't he? He sort of has those blank, dark eyes and that expression. A young Hagrid? Ugh, I don't know about that. All right. I don't have any more information on him, though, or any information about the victim of Taylor M. Albert. Nothing. Can't find anything on that victim. There's only two. Here. The National Gun Violence Registrar has their name on there. WTRF. Okay. I think we already did this one. They just said they discovered the body of Taylor with a gunshot wound. No one else was in the home at the time. Yeah, this is the same one we used. But they did have a gunshot memorial or gun victim violence webpage for Taylor. Let me see if I can go to it. Yeah, here, the National Gun Violence Memorial. Lost to gun violence on September 28th in Wharton, West Virginia. But no other details. Just that's what it is. And I don't see any other. Yeah, no other details. Well, I'm guessing we'll probably find out once he gets arraigned. When he gets arraigned in court, we'll find out more. Let me check the chat. Yeah, we'll make sure he gets charged with that, Danny. He is too thin. Who is too thin? Oh, the guy to play him. Okay. All right. Let me grab a different. I think I got one more for the night. All right, murder. All right, here we go. So, a man has been charged with murder in Australia. This happened after I got off the air yesterday, and I want to show it to you. They're saying here, a man charged with murder after a woman found dead at a home in the New South Wales Hunter Valley region. 47-year-old man was charged following his arrest at the property. They're saying, yeah, he killed a 46-year-old woman in the New South Wales Hunter Valley region. Emergency services attended the Coulson Road in Pocklebin about 6 p.m. on Friday after receiving reports of concern for welfare. On arrival, officers located a woman with significant injuries. She was treated at the scene but could not be revived. A 47-year-old man was arrested at the property and taken to Cessnock Police Station and charged over her death. Let me grab one more about this. Let me do it this way instead. They said here, a man has been charged with murder after a seriously injured woman was found by police at a property in regional New South Wales. And they said the 47-year-old man was arrested at the scene without incident and has subsequently been charged with domestic violence-related murder. Addressing reporters on Saturday, Hunter Valley Police District Acting Superintendent Steve Benson said police were still working to establish the relationship between the man and the woman, but it is believed they were known to each other. He said it will be alleged that both resided at the property, and the call to police came from a family member of the woman also living at the address. They said it was a confronting scene, and we put a lot of support around those officers and emergency services that did attend the property. Obviously, an investigation of this nature will be ongoing for a number of days and weeks. Acting Superintendent Benson said police rendered first aid on arrival, but shortly after it became apparent the woman was dead. Police have established a crime scene at the rural locality, which is part of the Lower Hunter Valley wine region. The accused man was refused bail to appear in the Newcastle local court on Monday. Let me see if we can find anything else about that press conference, because I want to have a look at it. No. All right. Maybe this one? No, we might have to go to the ABC. Let me check if they have the press conference. Okay, they do not. Very strange. Normally, they have all the police press conferences, so for them not to have the Polka Bin one is very strange. All right, let me check one other place.
Man has been charged with murder.
Nope, that's not the right one. Sorry. Just stop the police car, just have a chat, apparently. So this is just some footage of the scene, apparently. Let's have a look. Actually, I'm going to mute it because I don't want to hear the traffic. What is that, a forensic van? Let's have a look. Forensic van? That's what it looks like to me. And a fire truck. A fire truck? Just they called everyone. Fire ambulance. Where's the medical personnel? Another police car. Gonna have a chat to that guy. No ambulance though. Didn't they say first responders were on the scene? Interesting though, there would be a fire truck. For what reason? In a DV murder. Like that's obviously a forensic, probably a forensic van, and that's just a copper. I don't know. What is it? Pokolbin. Yeah. Tomato, 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 tomato. There you go. There's the scene. It looks like that's a B&B. You can see the sign here. Is this like accommodation? What does that say? I can't even read it, but Unilax or Lolax or something? I can't even read it. I'm blind apparently. Let's see if we get a better view. It looks like a commercial property, right? Like you wouldn't have that for someone's home. It looks like they ran a business or something at the property. I can't tell what that says. It's very low quality. 47 Coulson Road. Okay. 47. All right, there we go. Seems we're not the only people. Oh yeah, it is. It's Unlax. What the hell is Unlax? Like relax, but it's a different type of relaxation. So here's the property just here. So you can see they've got like a fence. It's a very pretty fence, but what is it? Unlax. What is it? Cottages. Modern country cottages. Okay. So it's like, yeah, like a B&B type thing. You go away for the weekend. And then there's a private property on this side as well. So that's where we just saw the video. All right, Unlax. Let's have a look. The hell is Unlax? All right, here we go. So it's like these little accommodation things. When choosing your stay at Unlax, you and your partner will experience an authentic country getaway. Set away from the surrounding roads. Once checked in, you will instantly unlax. That sounds like something you should do if you've been a bit banged up for a while. You're like, oh, I really need to get some of that unlax, you know. I need to go get some of those unlax tablets. So it looks like a pretty high, well, some of it does. This place looks very nice. The bathrooms look very crap. The bathrooms look like something you'd see in like a 3-star place. That looks like something you'd see at your grandmother's. Or like the local YMCA. The bathrooms are very basic for something that's supposed to be 5-star. The bedrooms are okay. You wouldn't want to be doing any romantic fun, being that there's bedrooms back to each other in this little cottage with other residents or people hanging around. Other people. Let's see. Who owns this? Fax. Let's go to fax. No, that doesn't. Contact us. Telephone number. Let's search the telephone number. I won't tell you that. I won't tell you the female name, but I'll tell you the male name if I can find it. 047. All right, let's have a look. Okay, it only comes up with their thing. 47. All right, let's see. I was trying to see if maybe we get a name. They have a thing, what do you call this thing? A TripAdvisor too. They have one review, just one. 4 stars, very good. Unlike at Hunter Valley. Trying to see if we can find any other. Okay, this is interesting. It says here that the owner's name is Steve. And I can see that on their TripAdvisor.nz. Hey, here. Wait. I think that might be something else. Let me have a look. It sounds like they had some bad reviews on one of their listings. I'm just trying to see if we can find a direct name so we can look it up. Let's see. They got some pretty bad reviews. Check this out. 0-star review here, or 1-star review. Hosts have poor customer service and clearly no interest in interacting with customers. Listen to the other reviews. Staying here is not worth the hassle or dealing with these people. We had an issue with payment, and when speaking with Steve to get this resolved, he was extremely rude and unhelpful. We do not understand why people work in customer service if they have no communication skills or desire to interact with people. The cottages are close together, so there's a bit of privacy concern. As you can see into them with the curtains open, you can hear every sound from the other cottages. Not exactly peaceful and relaxing. The breakfast hamper is some bacon and eggs, enough for one person, with some old spreads in the fridge. The hosts are unhelpful and rude when addressing concerns. The guests before us arrived 15 minutes before allocated check-in and were turned away. No value for money. Everything came at additional cost. Never before have I had to pay for extra towels. Early check-in / late checkout charged at an extra $50 an hour. Absolutely absurd. So it sounds like they've had some bad reviews. So they say here the host name is Steve, but I don't know if that means he just works there or he's actually the owner of that property, because the lady who was murdered, I think they must own it. Let me see if we can find, because in another listing I saw one saying that the owner's name is Daryl. Sorry, I'll jump back to the chat in a second. I'm in like 50 different things here. Yeah, the owner Daryl. The owner Daryl. See, when I went here to booking.com, and I'll have to be careful here because I might have my listing in here. That's okay. I will take a photo for you. All right. I'm going to take a photo of this and I'm going to get back to you and then we're going to get out of here. But on this particular listing, I'll show you. It says the owner of that particular bed and breakfast is named Daryl. But then in the other one, it says the guy's name is Steve. See? Unlax at Hunter Valley offers 4-star accommodation. The owner, Daryl, was very hospitable and even let us pick a few herbs. Okay, good luck with that. So is it Daryl or Steve? Who is the one who is now charged with murder of his partner? Hey, Jojo. What? I don't even know now. All right, I'll get out of here for you. If I can find out more about here. There are names. Okay, they're connected to a female name. I want to be very careful. I don't want to put her name out there. Okay, let me check one thing and then we're gonna go. Yeah, it's very interesting. I can't really find anything else about who owns this. I could probably pull the property records, but I don't think we're going to do that. I don't think we're going to do that today. I don't think that's something we do here. I don't think we we're going to pull property records for people. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, gambler, how are you, buddy? Danny says, I think it's plausible he left on his own. Are you talking about Sebastian Rogers? Maybe. Jojo says they can do a lot of life-saving things as well. She was alive in the beginning. Alive in the beginning. The fire truck's gone to get all the alcohol off the property. Yeah, we have to confiscate that. It's a OH&S issue in a murder scene. You know, it might contaminate the blood, and then the forensics will get confused and we'll miss the prosecution. So we're gonna have to take it off site under secure lock and key to the firefighters' yearly festival for recognition. Yeah, but like I can't find anything else. But I maybe overnight tonight I can see if I can pull some property records because they haven't released the name, and I find that very odd because he has been charged with murder. Yeah, let me check one place, The Guardian. No, they just said a 47-year-old man. The woman was 46. And it is her husband. They said before they didn't want to verify the relationship, but here it says her 47-year-old husband was arrested without incident at the property. He was taken to a local police station and charged with murder. He said the couple resided at the property and were married, but that police were still establishing the nature of their relationship. Okay. What other nature do they have? All right. Well, if I can find Daryl or Steve, whoever owns it, I will get you that information overnight and we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Just have to be careful when you're looking up DV type murders because obviously her name is connected to the property too. All right, I think we're almost done. Hey, thank you very much to Vicky for the super chat. I know it's hard out there right now, so anytime someone sends in something like a super chat or a donation, it really means a lot. And I know what it means to be able to send that in. And, you know, with the cost of everything right now, everything's bonkers. You go to the supermarket and what used to be $40 is more like $75. So I really do appreciate it. All right, there we go. Done and done. Hey, I love you all very much. We'll be back. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. Monday for me, Sunday for you. That's Sunday Nights with Ping. We'll be on about 10:30 again tomorrow, actually. So we'll be back tomorrow. We have 2 cases for tomorrow that we're going to look at in depth. One from England, one from the US. What? Yeah, I think there's some more interesting stuff to do with both Summer and Sebastian that people have talked about, but maybe haven't been investigated fully. 10:30 Eastern, my friend. Yes, tomorrow night. I will She is just sitting here watching telly. So we'll be back tomorrow night at 10:30 Eastern, okay? Bye, bye. Have a great day out there. See you later. Have a great night. Be safe out there. If you're in the hurricane zone, please be really safe. Don't be wandering around no flood waters. And I hope recovery is quick. I really do. I hope that funding gets to you guys as quickly as possible. Yeah, I hope people get their power back too. If you don't have power, I hope that is a priority to get it back to you. I'll check in with you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Bye.